Welcome back, guys. Today we have a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ behind me. We are going to be doing a full body paint protection film wrap on this, as well as some interior pieces. This is going to be a long project. There's a lot of pieces to this thing. Let's check it out and see what we got going on.
Just getting this rear fender here piece laid down. We're using the XPEL Ultimate film on it, the clear self-healing film. And I mean, the gel seems to be a little on the thin side today, so I'm going to put some extra gel up in here, try to get us some better lubrication to slide this piece around and get it stretched out properly. And that's where we're at. Right now it's all about alignment, so I'm just looking at all the reference points here and ensuring that my alignment's going to be good before I start squeegeeing down the panel. Now we're working down off this body line right here. Once again, just continuing to ensure that we're hitting all of our reference points here, and the PPF is stretched properly onto the panel. It's really, you know, I mean, it looked like it was gonna be a little more difficult maybe initially, but actually the install has been going, you know, fairly easy so far on this rear fender. So we'll continue on here. Rear fender piece right here. I've got everything squeegeed down on the, you know, the main panel. Now it's just really about going back and doing the wraparound edges. There's a seam right back here on this body line. So we got that all seamed up in there real nicely. You know, the install went well. Had a little pre-tack down in this area. I lifted it up a while ago and sprayed our tack solution in there, relaxed the film and get rid of that pre-tack and squeegeed it back down. But really, I mean, that was it. Easy breezy for the most part. Again, we're just gonna finish trimming up this edge that the plotter kind of got a little squirrely on. All we're doing here is just scoring the film. So just going through the top layer of the film without going all the way through it. Obviously, we don't want to go cutting the paint. It's all about precision, using a sharp blade, holding it at the right angle, using the proper blade, the right amount of force and angle. What you're listening for is a squeak, a little squeaky noise lets you know that you're not cutting all the way through the paint and you're just scoring the top of it. So then you can just kind of break it away and peel it off without damaging the panel below. Getting shit done. That's what I'm doing. I'm wrapping the edge here on this guy. Once again, it's got a 1/2 inch. By default, we do a 1/2 inch wraparound. I already did a little test wrap and I can see it's, you know, it's gonna fall a little basically short of this. So I'll have to come back and do a trim. After I wrap this around, I'll probably just let it sit there for a while. Come back later today after it's sealed up a little bit and then do a final trim up underneath here and get that edge really nice and tight and ensure there's nothing overhanging, because last thing you want is for your edges to be overhanging. That's gonna collect dirt and potential liftish over the life of the film. So. Right now, we're doing what we call just a pre-gel. So we're taking the install solution and we're spraying it around, getting in all the edges and the cracks and crevices and whatnot. And we're gonna let that set on there for a few minutes, then we'll flush it out and hopefully release any of those contaminants around or in those areas that are gonna potentially fall back into your panel during your install. So to keep your install extremely clean. Right now I'm just spraying down the panel, getting ready for install. The panel's already been weeded up here on the glass. Weeding is just a term in the industry used when you're pulling all the excess away from the patterns, leaving just the patterns on the liner, and which is where we're at now. And this is the panel I'll be working on next, so I'm just pulling it off and getting it sprayed down with the install solution. Trying to work carefully here and not tear the pattern. But doing it like this, you know, in this manner up on the glass will really help reduce contamination versus just laying it out on a table or, you know, or whatnot. All these steps in the process are really about ensuring overall quality install in the end. So that's where my focus is when I go to lay these on the panel, is just all the perimeter, the edges, ensuring that I'm not picking up any contamination. It's important when you start a panel, especially a more complex panel, is maybe just thinking ahead, you know, prior to putting your film on the panel, ensuring that you know basically the process or the manner in which you're going to go about squeegeeing the panel out and where to start is critical. Up here, you know, we've got the gas cap, so I'm really focused with my alignment up and around this gas cap and a few of these other reference points, and then I'll work my way out from there. Finished the main stretch here throughout the the entire width of the panel, right here along this body line. Now I'm just going to kind of work out from there. I'll probably start up here in the center and continue to work back and to the back side of the panel. Up in this area here, which I've already done, it's obviously a nice tight crevice. It's really hard to kind of get to, so the tools that you're using to do your install can make a big difference. Really like these Fusion paddle squeegees for areas like that. I mean, this is a 4-inch. They got a 6-inch, 2-inch, and even like a 1/2 inch. When you need to basically squeegee down something that's really narrow. You could go, top down or bottom up, and you got pros and cons to both, but a lot of times it's just a matter of what you have film for, what you have cut it out, weeded and ready, and who you have doing the install. And typically you're bouncing all over the vehicle. You got multiple people working on the vehicle, and generally you'll try to spread it out. So, maybe one starts on the front, one in the middle, one in the back, so you're not bumping into one another. But so there's a lot of different variables in there. Every car is different in that regard. But if you, start on the bottom and work your way up, one of the cons there is that after you've installed everything on the lower levels, you've got it all, laid down, cleaned up, and you're continuing to work above it, and then all your gel and everything is running into your panels, and it's just, and you have to clean everything again and again and again, but it also protects the panels, so when you're reaching up on them and hanging over them and getting the top panels, you don't have to be concerned about, potentially scratching the panel. So like I said, there's pros and cons to both of it. Just a little excess right here off on this point right here of the paint protection film. Basically just a little over the edge with the stretch. Always better to be over than or long rather than short, as you can easily trim a little back there if you need to. Well, I mean, that's pretty much the install here on the rear fender, rear passenger's fender. Same thing as the other one. I just gotta get it cleaned up now. Take a good look at the install and be sure everything looks good, and then I'll start working on the wraparound edges. Once again, just spraying the gel out, getting all that out of here so we can get these edges to wrap around and stick. This is just plain old water. All of our water is filtered, but that kind of helps if if maybe your cleanup didn't go as planned and you have some left behind sitting overnight. The hard water spots, you won't have to be as concerned with getting hard water spots as you would with tap water. So. We are finished now with the other rear fender. I just did the wraparound edges on it. I'll have to come back and trim a few spots. I've got noted with tape here to come back after it sets up a little bit and trim a little bit back in a couple areas. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much a wrap on the rear fenders. We're going to ready to install the door, the driver's door. So we're getting the actual pattern here sprayed down with the expel gel, and getting it ready for install. So we've got the panel there sprayed down on the glass board. We'll leave that momentarily and head over here. I've got the door here all gelled up, It's been on there for a good 5-10 minutes now, so we'll get that all flushed out of there. Then I'll do our final alcohol wipe, and then we'll carry the pattern over and start the install. Panel laid down. You know, I noted on the patterns that around the mirror is inconsistent, so it's a little bit of a gamble cutting the pattern out, but you know, the only other ways to do it bulk or just do a manual trim around the mirror. But anyway, we went ahead and went with the pattern cut. Actually, I mean, the fitment, at least on this door, was pretty good, so happy with it. Basically got all squeegeed down to this body line right here. Like I said, we started up here, anchored down around the mirror, and then we came over and just double checked the alignment here around the handle before we went and squeegeed the remainder of the top of the panel, so we didn't back ourselves into a corner over here. And now it's just finishing the alignment around the door handle and then working our way down.
All right, guys, we are finally done with the SVJ. Car looks beautiful. We did a full body paint protection film on it with a fusion ceramic coating on top of that. We put paint protection film on the windshield. We did ceramic coating on the wheels. The car looks beautiful and it's ready for the customer to go enjoy it on the road.